Who's here?
Sam is here.
Yeah. Burberry scars, stripping Perry on, living like a comet, moving amongst the stars. $100,000 sports cars, silk massage, menage a trois. Yes, I've been a boss. Sauntering, Major D staying flabbergasted. Her ass about the size of an infant's cat.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Wre-Wind Wrestling Network proudly presents its Tag Team Champions of the World! The Not-So-Road Dogg, DOM. The High-Class One, Bruce. Wre-Wind's New Age Outlaws. Welcome to Top Rope Wrestling Talk. And while I'm at it, a huge welcome to someone that if you watch their content, you probably know and love. I know we do. She is a host of the Wre-Wind Wrestling Podcast. She is the co-host of Ladies Night. She is also a referee for Coastal Championship Wrestling and quickly becoming one of my favorite people on the planet. Ladies and gentlemen, Ref Amy Veronica.
Oh, wow. Applause.
What it is.
Yeah, the crowd goes wild every time. Every
Oh,
time.
man. Oh, goodness. Wow.
Oh, you high class.
All me?
Oh, you go.
All me. Okay.
Oh.
The whole changing of the intro has completely freaking thrown me off these last 2 weeks. I'm sorry. So we just had SummerSlam. We're gonna talk about that later in the show, but right now I just want to get your grades on the show. A through F, normal school grading. Amy, what's your grade for the pay-per-view?
Great. I'd probably give it a B+. There wasn't anything that I was necessarily mad at. And that's usually a staple for a WWE show where they give me an aneurysm halfway through the show. But there were some head scratching moments, but other than that, yeah, I would say B+ show. Good wrestling, and I feel like it was a good book end to the WrestleMania to SummerSlam time period, and now we're moving into the SummerSlam Survivor Series area. So
Okay,
B+.
All right, Dom.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not that far off from Ref Amy. I'll probably give it an A-. I mean, I don't know if it's true, but it did feel as though this SummerSlam was a whole lot shorter than last year. I sat through last year's going, oh my God, can we end this already? Why is Tiffany Haddish on my screen? She doesn't even know what title Damian Priest is holding. Why are there drip sticks and New Day and NWO shirts? What the fuck is going on? This year, everything just felt crisp. Everything felt like it flowed. The action was better. The stories were great. And I really enjoyed the hell out of it. So last year, I might have gave a C+. This one, I'm at A-.
Okay. For me, I mean, I guess I could say my son forced me to watch the pay-per-view. I was never gonna watch it until he asked me, so I'm not gonna pass up time with my son.
Well, yeah.
I'll just say I had zero expectations going into this pay-per-view because I hadn't watched one since Royal Rumble. So for me, I give it a solid C+. It was a C+ show to me, and I'll explain more when we get to it later on in the show.
Okay.
But as we all know, Triple
B+
H is
from Nickel City as well.
Triple H.
I'm sorry. One more. My bad, Brucey. You can tell Chris has been watching us from day one because he took us to an old intro. Hi, we're the dumbasses. Welcome to Top Rope. We actually started our show like that at one point.
I would be on the show every week if you guys did that.
I would have totally did it if I knew you were down.
Oh,
I didn't want to call you a dumbass. It was me,
no.
Bruce, Wendy. Clearly
Let's
we're
go.
dumb. Okay, we're the dumbasses. Go on, Brucey. Triple H.
At one point in time, there was 4 of us on this show. Now there's 3. Well, 2 at the moment. So as we know, Triple H has taken over creative, and I mean it's been talked about a lot. But the thing that we actually here on Top Rope haven't really got to talk about is with Triple H coming into creative. Let's talk about some of the people that could possibly now come back and make an impact, because if you saw Triple H's touch on Monday Night Raw, you saw Tommaso Ciampa beat AJ Styles. He went on to face, he's going on to face Bobby Lashley, and dude, that right there just says, hey, guess what? This is Triple H's company now.
Mm-hmm.
So who do you guys, and I'll start with you, Dom, who do you think, give me one wrestler that you think that was under the NXT Triple H regime that will come back to WWE?
Wow. I mean, the first one that jumps into my head, because I think I brought him up like the Friday that we talked about it with Ivan and Mikey, was Killer Cross, number one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was amazing in NXT. I mean, I know they kind of booked him a little weird, putting him in with cruiserweights and that sort of thing, but his entrance, his gimmick, his mystique was like Undertaker levels.
Yeah.
So if you get that on a main roster as opposed to, hey, we forgot you were Cross, we thought you were Crush, here's your demolition gear, I'd be extraordinarily excited, and I couldn't imagine him turning that down.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't.
100%.
As long as Scarlett can come too, there must be Scarlett.
But that's the thing. Scarlett's coming with him.
She is
because
the
Triple H
smoking.
hired both of them.
Yeah, she is the smoking pallbearer to his Undertaker remix. Like, it's perfect.
Yeah, if she doesn't, I don't think if they don't bring her back, I don't think he comes back.
Not to mention that cat suit.
Damn!
I'm just saying.
The little videos get me every time.
Well, I always have a soundboard. I'm trying to convert it over because I got new tech.
Well, the funny part, little like open the like back door. When I see like you are muted, I'm always just like, wait, what did I do? And then the video, I'm like, oh, okay.
No, the only person I ever mute on this show is Bruce.
Yeah.
That's usually after a 15-minute MJF love fest. Just, okay, we're done.
I only speak the truth about the wrestling.
We have to get.
God.
I understand, but it gets to the point where you've spoken about it, and I'm just.
I wish that you would shut the hell up.
I'm having too much fun.
Hey,
it's right. You don't give people soundboards.
Yeah, right. Imagine if Ted had one.
Oh, y'all might as well go home.
Amy,
like we're done.
Since Dom's brought up Killer Cross, who do you think would benefit from coming back and working for Triple H on the main roster?
So definitely, I agree with Dom on Killer Cross because like just by his NXT, like the way he was produced, like in his entrance and everything, they obviously had big plans for him because you wouldn't put that much effort into somebody. Another one that I think like it just shows how well they did in NXT, and they pretty much carried the brand for close to 2 to 3 years. Johnny Gargano.
Yeah.
Like I know like there's like the people who think like, oh, he's too small, he's not like believable as a rat, like going up against big guys, but like at a point neither was Daniel Bryan, and they made him into one of the most well-known characters in the wrestling world. So Johnny Gargano is definitely one I could see coming back because like I said, they devoted 2 to 3 years to this guy in NXT, and he was at the top of the card the entire time.
Yeah.
Like that, I just don't see how Triple H doesn't try to get him back.
I think.
Yeah.
No, wait. I think he's like what, one of 2 Grand Slam champions in NXT. Like there's him, Adam Cole, end of list.
Yep.
And even if they thought he was too, he never won the tag titles in NXT.
Oh, okay. I thought he did.
But even if they thought he was too small to be on his own, they didn't want to go that like Daniel Bryan route. Let's say, Ciampa comes up short in this U.S. title run. Okay. Who's next for the Usos? Like Street Profits have already been beaten twice in a row. How about DIY?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If you want to bring the tag division to the next level, bring in DIY.
Okay. Okay. You know, I was actually I'm kind of going I'm going in
I
the
might.
tag route. Um
Okay.
I actually think that if they brought the Authors of Pain back, I think Triple H could set them on the right path in the tag division.
Yeah.
I
They're
really
kind of
do. I really do. They were one of his greatest tag teams that he produced. I mean, he's got a few. I mean, he's got FTR, he's got DIY, he's got I just said their fucking name. That's too I can't even, Authors of Pain.
Oh, the thing? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about them now. I can't remember their name. Great. What a dumbass I am.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, Karrion Kross was like the AOP of the singles division.
Yeah.
Like they dominated NXT, then they showed up, and the next thing you know, they've got Drake and he's peeing his pants, and I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
They should just kept Paul Ellering.
Yep.
Brian kind of brings up a good point, you know. He said I think Gargano was pretty much the heart and soul of NXT. And he's right.
He was.
At that towards the end, he was the John Cena of NXT, not like John Cena gimmick, but as far as carrying the brand is exactly what he was doing. They didn't call him Mr. Takeover for nothing.
Oh, that's not a bad one either.
Ooh.
I don't know if Jonah would come back. He's killing it in Japan right now.
He is. But I still wouldn't mind seeing it.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So let's move on down the line. Let me pull out my my news. So AEW has recently made some pretty major backstage moves, and one of the biggest ones, there's quite a few of them on here. I'm not going to go over all of them, but the biggest one is AEW has brought Madison Rain in not only as a wrestler, but she is a coach and mentor for the women's division. Amy, how do you feel about this move by Tony Khan? Is it about time, or how do you feel about it?
I think it's about time because I don't know how long ago it's been, but I remember Ivy and I talking on a ladies' night episode about how AEW can elevate their women's division. And one of the things I always say is you need more backstage like power amongst women. And I'm not saying like, oh, being able to tell people what to do, but like writers and agents and like mentors and everything. Because it's sometimes really hard for male workers to get what female workers how they work, and like we see that clash a lot because I think Thunder Rosa gets a bad rap because a lot of girls who haven't been trained by certain like styles, it clashes with her style, so she seems really rough in the ring compared to other girls, and I feel like she gets a bad rap because of that, when really it's but like not very sync in the ring. So by having a woman mentor, you can get everybody on the same page, because like obviously like we do have like similarities, so like by having like someone that the women can go to help them, that doesn't have an ego, she's probably just there because she actually wants to teach the next generation of wrestlers, and it's just, I think it's just going to be a benefit.
Dom, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I watched that episode, so I was trying to say, oh, that's the one where, never mind. But I agree with Amy. I agree with Brian. I think it's a great move for AEW's women's division. Like, I honestly didn't know that she was going to be. I thought she was just coming in as like a coach, mentor. I didn't know she was actually going to wrestle. So now I'm like,
I think she's wrestling tonight.
Is she?
I think she's wrestling on Rampage or Dynamite next week.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
She's wrestling Leela Gray, right?
I think so, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I had no clue. I don't know how I missed that. But either
They
way,
said it on Dynamite.
Yeah, but you know Excalibur and that Micro Machines Man voice. I miss that shit sometimes. Like, put a clip up, put something. Don't. AEW drives me crazy with that shit. I mentioned it last week. Like, I'm tired of hearing Dynamite all out. See you next week, folks.
He has to narrate the screen.
Yeah, or he just like fast talks through whoever the hell is debuting at the time, and you're like, yeah, you know, it'd be nice little clip here of like who this person is and what they've done, that sort of thing. That would be dope. But you never get that. Instead, you get Excalibur doing his Micro Machine Man impression. But I think it's wonderful for them. I think overall it's just great adding a staff to AEW to back up Tony Khan, because this man has a shit ton on his plate.
Absolutely.
Like, he's doing everything for AEW, everything for ROH, including trying to find them a new home. And then on top of that, he's one of the lead bookers for AAA.
Yeah.
How much can one man do before things fall through the cracks? And maybe, if reports are true, that's what happened with Gresham and a few other people, as, you know, this is played out, like as Cody has left and Tony has taken over everything. Maybe it's just too much for the guys. So to have an actual staff of people who are going to work with your talent, train your wrestlers, do what they need to do so that you can possibly get a break is only going to make things better.
And it's good to get like different points of view too, because like you may have your vision for what something could be, and they could tweak it or maybe change it in a way that like makes it 10 times better. Like that's what people, I know he's gone and retired, but that's what people attribute to Vince McMahon. Like he wouldn't necessarily, up until like the later years, micromanage as much as he did back, or right now as he did back in the day. He would just take someone's ideas and tweak it. So like, and I feel like that's what Tony needs to do. He need to let go and let people tweak some of his ideas.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Well,
I was laughing at Ivan saying, "Oh, who is that? Who is that wonderful, gorgeous, thick lady over there? You know who that is."
He's talking about High Class. I don't know who he's at.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That this, you know.
And then he says, "Hi, Amy."
Hi, Ivan.
So, you know, talking about getting people in place. So I'm just gonna go over a few of the people that he has put in place to I guess you could say relieve some of his stress. Sanjay Dutt is vice president of production and creative coordination. So right there. QT Marshall is vice president of show and creative coordination. So he's doing the coordination for the shows.
Don't fuck it up, Bugs.
Pat Buck. Oh, Jesus. Vice President of Talent Development. Oh, Jesus. And then Tony Schiavone is basically the senior producer over everything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's all smart moves. It's all good moves. And hopefully it helps AEW, you know.
And honestly, if that means more Taz on commentary and less Tony, I'm a happy guy.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, they've pretty much run a renegade program for the better part of 3 years, and now Tony's starting to realize, okay, well now I own 2 wrestling companies, and the other one's pretty goddamn popular as well, and people really want to see it and want it back. So I got to start putting, like you said, everything in place, you know, and it seems like that's what he's doing. Yeah, and it seems like he's keeping the circle small.
Yeah, and it's like any time you start like a small business or a group or something like that, or organization, like you start out as the person leading it, doing it all yourself because you want to make sure that it's perfect, you want to make sure it succeeds, and over time as you bring people in and you start to trust certain people and certain people you don't trust, like you're always going to piss somebody off. That's why, like, yeah, Cody left, and yeah, Jonathan Gresham, like him and Tony got into it. But like you're gonna piss somebody off, especially in the wrestling business, because there's so much ego, and if people are always going to disagree with your decisions. So he's finding those people, and QT Marshall is a great example of that. Like I've had the pleasure of speaking to him multiple times, and his wrestling mind is like one of the smartest men in the business. So the fact that he is creating, he has a leadership role in AEW, it speaks wonders of like how much trust Tony gives him. So.
Absolutely. TK also needs to make Moxley the real champ already. Jose, what? The hobo clown is on Moxley's side? Oh, because he had to choose between two wrestlers he hates, CM Punk or Moxley. Now I get it.
You made me a hobo clown. Here.
Oh, and by the way, you can take your interim and shove it up your ass, and anybody else who thinks so can do the same.
You had to go there. You had to go there.
Oh,
I won't do it. You made me.
Oh God. Moxley's such a great person. I love him.
Moxley's amazing.
He really is. Yeah, he is. His book's pretty good too. I'm in the middle of reading it. It's actually a really good read. It's like through his eyes. It's kind of crazy.
Wow,
Yeah.
I have to check it out. Yeah, I'm actually trying to read, and it's like when I'm reading it, it's like I hear his voice in my head. It's kind of fucking creepy, but
Oh my God, yeah.
I'm a wrestler.
Tell me there's a John Moxley audiobook like him.
There is.
His own.
There is. There is. It's the way he wrote it. He wrote his book like a promo. Is the best way to put it. His whole book is like a promo.
That's pretty fucking cool. I got to check it out. I've been meaning to. I just don't get much time to read anymore.
I don't either. I read like a page or two here or there. I think I've been reading it since it came out.
God
I don't
damn
know how to read.
it.
I don't know how to read.
Wow, this turned into Wayne's World. Now I wish I had the clip. I never learned to read.
I only know how to count. That's why I have the job I have.
Oh, it's perfect then.
And even then, it's only till 10. It's only till 10.
Only till 10.
So like if 10. Ring of Honor or New Japan offers you a job, you're like 20. No, I can't do it.
And you're like, what do I do now?
There's
you
too
count
many
to 10
people.
Twice.
There you go.
So my man's back in the news again. The
boy.
wrestling god MJF
From Mox to Max
is made some headlines, and it's not the headlines that everyone's gonna think. He was actually spotted in New Jersey filming Impractical Jokers, filming the next season of Impractical Jokers. So with that being said, and him being seen, and him doing a show on TBS, which is where AEW is aired, is kind of set it on the path that yes, this is all one giant fucking work. Tony got him a job on Impractical Jokers for TBS.
And now
tell me a WWE wrestler you've seen on any show in TBS that's not a rerun.
John Cena on Wipeout?
He's retired.
I don't watch TV.
Amy, I don't watch TV.
She doesn't read, she doesn't watch TV, she just counts to 10.
Yeah, I just I go
that's as high as she can count is 10.
Yeah.
Can't do no more. It's either 3 to 10. That's it. 1 to 10, that's all you get.
That's why I wasn't allowed to homeschool my kids. I can't. The math will never come to me, and I can't read. So like, who's gonna read to the kids? Like,
here's the audiobook. Children, go to your room.
Yeah. Here. Let me see your tablet. Listen to this.
There you go.
There you go. Listen to this, kid. It'll teach you.
Hit the microphone. John Moxley's audiobook. Here you go, kids.
We're gonna learn about crack today, kids.
So what are your guys feelings?
We're live, baby.
Amy, does MJF filming with Impractical Jokers make it more like everything is a work, like because of the circumstances?
It definitely shows that the recent events have been a work, like him stepping away, like the promo and stuff like that. I wouldn't necessarily say that in the beginning there wasn't tension, because there were definitely like valid rumbles behind the scenes that like he was butting heads with Tony a lot about like the matches he won and like other things like that. But I think like any smart wrestler or worker, they turned it into a work because they saw that it was getting the publicity it was. And I'm actually kind of mad that he got caught doing Impractical
Joke.
Jokers, because
Yeah,
like
me
he's
too.
usually someone who likes to keep kayfabe pretty well. So I thought
Yes.
up
Oh,
until
yeah,
that
lives
point,
it.
yeah, like I thought up until that point he was doing a great job, because even I was starting to think, I'm like, is he gonna leave? Like, because we haven't heard anything from him.
His Twitter's dead.
Yeah.
Everything. Like it's
Like,
totally
his
silent.
Twitter's dead. Cody shows up in WWE. Triple H takes over, and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah. And he does that so
And
well. 'Cause
TV 14, you're like, oh shit.
Because I remember when he, what was it, all in or all out? The last pay-per-view where he like disappeared beforehand.
Oh, Double
Yeah.
or Nothing.
Double or Nothing. I knew it was one of like the OG ones. But I was actually, the way they played it, I was actually afraid, because because of the era of wrestling that I watched and grew up on, when a wrestler disappears, that's usually not a really good thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And hearing the rumblings behind that he was unhappy, that apparently he was drinking at the like craps table and like being obnoxious and stuff, I was just like, my mind went in a totally different direction than just he had a fight and left. So that just shows like how dedicated he is to kayfabe, because he could literally spin so many narratives just by one action.
Yeah.
So I am a little pissed that he got caught with Practical Jokers, because again, it kind of ruins it, but whatever.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's going to stay with AEW, because I don't think
Oh yes.
WWE is suitable for him, just because, not that Triple H is going to do anything bad to him or they're going to ruin him. I just think the TV being on like USA and USA's like, I don't know, regulations and rules and stuff will ruin the MJF character. Whereas TNT right now is like, oh yeah, let him be whatever.
Do whatever
I
you
don't
want.
care.
You do,
Yeah.
Tony. You
They
do
got-
you, and we'll pay you.
Yeah.
They got substitute MJFs every week. Like, it was Christian for a few weeks. Now it's Jungle Boy. I
Yeah.
mean, TNT does not give a fuck what these people say, as long as it draws in those ratings. And that is something that you can try and fill in, but you can't replace when it comes to MJF.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty. I mean, yeah. I guess maybe it's because I'm a fan, but it fucking sucks not having him come out there on the stick.
Oh, I love Hobo
Talking
Clown just
shit.
twisting on Bruce. Just what if TBS and MJF had worked out the buyout before he left?
No. No.
Do I need to bring up the Jericho clip again?
Listen. If Cody Rhodes leaves AEW and loses his television show altogether that he was on TBS, that just shows you who's actually pulling the strings and getting wrestlers into TBS.
And if MJF wanted to leave and they were like, no, you have to fulfill like the stuff in your contract, I think he would have been somebody who just like, fire me then. Like, I'm not coming. So
Yeah. Or what he did, he would have come and done week in and week out until they decided to fire him.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and you know, refresh my psychotic brain. Isn't the network that Impractical Joker's on, isn't that owned by Time Warner?
They're on TBS.
Yeah.
Are they on TV? Oh, I thought they were on like
They moved.
True
TV. They were on True TV, but they moved over to TBS.
Okay. Shows you how much I watch that show. I'm just like, oh yeah, Jericho's gonna be on. Okay.
I think the reruns are on True TV, and the actual whatever.
Okay, but either way, it's in the family.
Either way, it's on
it.
What up, Devin?
Oh shit! Yes, the tribal chief of podcasting is in the building.
Acknowledge him.
Never.
I'll acknowledge him. And I'm not acknowledging that question. I'm not going to do it. I've already heard it all week. I'm not going to fucking do it.
So,
but, you know, I've said from the very beginning of all this, like, this is a work. They're going to sit this guy out. They're going to wait till that super show comes at Arthur Ashe Stadium and somehow, some way work him back into the title picture, whether it's Mox or CM Punk. Because he's got history with both of them.
I think it's going to be Punk. I think
he's been complaining for I don't know how long that technically MJF should have won that title match because Moxley cheated. He didn't.
He did.
He still hasn't.
He did cheat. He wasn't allowed to use the paradigm shift, and he did.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Well, he still cheated. But anyways, Devin, I'm not gonna answer that question.
Nope. Hell no.
So WWE is like all upside down right now, you know. So there's been rumblings that Stephanie and Triple H are planning a draft in the next week or next month or two. Do you think another brand split, or not even a brand split, but another draft is a good thing, or do you think that the rosters that they have set right now are pretty solid for each show? Amy, what are your thoughts on the draft, on them having another draft?
I'm all for, like, when was the last, I don't think they've had a draft in a while, have they? When was the last time they had one?
I think last year.
Last year.
Okay, so this is around the time that they said, because I know they didn't do one for WrestleMania this year.
They moved it to like February, if I remember, because we were actually covering it live.
Yeah.
You and Wendy did
and
it
I
live.
Yeah.
Hi, Wendy. We miss you, Wendy.
I personally, like, if you are a fan of Rewind, I always go on and on about how I love the idea of the brand split, because it creates competition. Like, even in a kayfabe world, it creates that, and you could capitalize off that and create good storylines off of it, like the old days of SmackDown and Raw.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they developed video games over it, so, like, how bad of an idea
I
could
love
it have
those
been?
video games
Yeah.
too. Oh my god.
But the thing is, they have to commit to it. Like, they always get wishy-washy. They'll do it for, like, maybe a month, and then they'll only also do it for the month of Survivor Series. Everyone suddenly cares about what brand they are during
And they will tell
Survivor
you
Series.
every chance they get for 4 weeks that it's the only
Only
time that
time.
every brand will battle one another at on the same night. And you're like, okay,
Well,
can we get to it now?
Here's the
Maybe
thing
not this year, but typically.
Yeah.
Here's the thing that, like, this is the way I saw it with the last draft that they had, and you guys said, it lasted through Survivor Series, and they'd have people back and forth. Honestly, I think that was like the panic button. Not even really the panic button, but that was the, oh shit, we kind of need this guy over here on this show. So yeah, it's the panic button. Vinny hit the panic button and said, "No, we got to start bringing people back and forth."
Yeah, and that was another problem, because at least, again, dirt sheets, grain of salt, the whole spiel. Apparently the networks do have somewhat of a say on, like, we want these big stars here. So like the people like Ronda Rousey, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, like Fox and USA do have some say, like, for who shows up where. So, and that's a problem that they have to face when it comes to brand splitting. But at the end of the day, like, you could have those three people on one card, but you could still make, like, say they're all on Raw, you could still make SmackDown the more watchable show a week. I think they've proved that. Like, before Roman Reigns got to where he was, SmackDown was awesome compared to Raw. And then
absolutely.
And then we saw Roman Reigns become the star that he was. So, yeah, that is something they have to overcome.
Did we though?
Let's not go there. That's too much acknowledgement.
It's getting a little stale.
on the Omen Ray. Okay.
I will call him out. I don't care. Acknowledge these nuts, Roman. I don't give a shit.
Thank you. I second that. That's what day it is. It's the day you acknowledge these nuts.
See, I don't know. I don't think the draft should be like the draft that it was, where, you pull the talent from both shows. I think that the draft should now be talent coming up from NXT and make it like an actual NFL or college draft.
That'd be pretty badass.
Give it a special on the network. Everyone has it now because it's on fucking Peacock.
Mm-hmm.
Give it its own special, and then if they want to swap people that are already on the roster, make a trade. Make a trade for a draft pick. Hey, you want the Usos? I'll trade you the Usos for your number 2 and number 3 pick. Here you go. Make it a real fucking draft.
And make it logical too, because I remember in February they had draft picks. It would be like one member of the New Day. Bitch, get all of them. They're stable. Why wouldn't you get all of them? Like you don't have to keep them stable.
They split up the New Day twice in each draft in the last 2 years. Like they moved Kofi and Xavier over to Big E's show, and then they moved Big E to Raw.
You could get 3 people for 1 pick. Like even if you plan on splitting them up, just keep them together.
Right?
It makes no sense.
I'm and not just because he's a part of our merger network, whatever you want to call it. I kind of agree with Cousin Mike here, where he says they don't really need a draft. Just let guys bounce from show to show instead of handcuffing them to a brand. But at the same time, I'm thinking like, why not both? Because just because you draft them to a show doesn't mean they can't go to Raw here and there, or a Raw superstar can't go to SmackDown. Like, have those moments where you kind of, cross the line and have, champ versus champ, or this guy beef with this guy at a pay-per-view, so now we're going to have it on Raw or something like that. I'm not saying every single week, but I mean, you could pepper it in to keep it interesting.
So one way that I think having a draft and having set rosters can benefit not only just on the show, but also wrestlers in real life. Because like a common topic that is brought up is like, why doesn't wrestling have an off season? Should it have an off season? Because like these guys are working 5 nights a week, and people like to say like, oh, whatever, 5 nights a week and you get paid millions of dollars. If you've been in the ring, you know how that toll takes on you. Even just 1 night a week, that takes a toll. So I think something that could benefit, because I remember going to house shows where it was just only SmackDown or only Raw, so you knew who you were going to see.
Yeah.
So you'll have guys who get to like work maybe 2 to 3 days a week, and then you'll have the other group that works 2 to 3 days a week. So like splitting the roster also benefits in the fact that guys aren't on call all the time, and when you have it merged, you have the same 10 guys working every show.
Yeah.
So maybe that's like some way to look at it, like give guys a break a little bit.
Yeah. Devin, that's how the very original brand split went. When it first happened, you had the tag titles and the main championship that would go from both shows, and then you had the US
and then the
title.
secondary title was brand specific.
Yes. That's exactly how it used to be.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, you could have a little bit of that mixed in just to keep things interesting, and have like, oh, somebody took tag team titles from the Usos, so now they get to go to SmackDown or whatever. Like that would keep things, kind of exciting. But it doesn't have to be everyone, Yeah. Outside of that, it's like, we have our exclusive guys, and maybe Raw guys take a break. SmackDown's coming up. You guys chill. Like I'm all for that. But you could have a little bit of both and still be, in a pretty good spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's, you talk about an off season, and I mean, this is one of the things that I think Tony Khan does really good for his wrestlers is they literally wrestle 1 day a week, unless there's a pay-per-view. They wrestle every Wednesday. Both shows are filmed on Wednesday. They get their breaks, they get their rest and stuff like that. If they choose to do indie shows, they can do indie shows as long as they're approved.
Yeah.
If they want to work more than 1 night, they're more than welcome to.
Yeah.
And WWE does go.
Oh no.
Oh no. We lost.
Oh, no. Where did she go? Oh, here she is. Okay.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened either that time. Wasn't my fault.
My screen went blank for a second, and I was like, what?
Yeah, same here. We're like, where'd you go?
I went into the abyss. It spat me back out.
I mean, Lord knows Brian Cage has probably spent more time on CCW television than he has on Dynamite.
Right? And he's such a good worker. Like, I don't get it.
I love that man. Love him. Well, like, great guy, great worker. Like, love that dude.
I honestly think he's going to be one of the mainstay big men for ROH once it gets going. He's gonna be an ROH world champ. And
Prince Nana is gonna take that man to the mountaintop.
Yeah.
Claudio versus Brian Cage. Book it.
There's so much strength.
I don't want that yet.
per
I
inch
want
of muscle. Oh
Claudio.
my god.
Right?
Yeah,
Can you
I
imagine
want
that?
Claudio to lose the title, and then Brian Cage take it.
Oh, I want those two. I need that. I need
But
that.
here's the thing: if you put
you
Brian
want to talk about
Cage,
strong style? That's it.
you put Brian Cage in a title match right now with Claudio Castagnoli, who do you think's coming out on top in that match? Claudio. Yes. First, yes.
in an
First title
ROH
defense,
title
first
match?
world title, first
I don't know,
world
man.
title.
I think you're thinking Dynamite here. I don't know, man.
Same
I mean,
owner.
that's probably true too.
Same
Cage is more
owner.
prominent on XPW than he is on AEW.
So there was a couple things that I wanted to touch on in the AEW world.
Mhm.
We've talked about this man we talked about him a lot and to an extent, and I even hate to bring him up again because we've actually talked about him so much, and that's fucking Wheeler Yuta. This dude put on a banger with fucking Jericho's fat ass.
Did you see him German suplexing that Cracker Barrel all over the ring like 4 or 5 straight times?
and I think one of
about
the
strength.
One of the great things about this match is I actually felt like Yuta has a shot at this. This dude could actually win this match and face Moxley, and that'd be pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And not just because he's from Philly. I wanted it. I was like, come on, Yuta. You can do it.
One thing that has been becoming more prominent in AEW is the younger wrestlers or the less known wrestlers are being put over by the bigger stars now. I mean, Wheeler Yuta, I've said it 100 times. He was a COVID stand-in because people didn't want to come and wrestle. Now here he is being elevated by William Regal, Jon Moxley, and Bryan Danielson.
Mm-hmm.
Just him being associated with those guys and having those two matches made him a friggin' superstar, megastar in AEW.
Yep.
If he was not with them, do you think that stadium would be chanting Yuta? Hell no.
Because if he wasn't with him, he'd still be like the last lackey on the end of the bench of Best Friends, which I hated.
Yep.
Yes.
And so no, nobody's chanting Yuta. And you know what, Hobo Clown, for once we agree. That man is the future GOAT.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it. We finally did. It's been like 3 years and we finally agree.
Look, and
Breakout star 2022, absolutely. And he would not have done that being the protege of a potato that is Chuck Taylor.
You know, and you look at it in other ways too. Look at Chris Jericho with Daniel Garcia in 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
No one could stand I was always a Daniel Garcia fan, but 2.0 I couldn't fucking stand him. I didn't even wanna. I would turn my TV when they came on because they would yell and scream like they were the fucking nasty boys.
It could have been CCW. I wouldn't care. I'm changing the channel.
And now I can tolerate them on my screen because they're being elevated by Jake Hager and Chris Jericho, and it's working for them. It's working for AEW.
Okay, you almost lost me at Jake Hager, but I get what you mean.
Yeah. You know what? I watched, what was it? A segment between him and Rusev back in like the early 2010s. Oh my god, like I remember being excited for that match. Like if AEW needs to harness that again because that was just like a perfect feud. And I remember the pop that Jack Swagger used to get it going against the Rusev. So
yeah, I think Hager could get that pop back and get those fans back. I think it's gonna be one of those moments where he finally turns on Jericho and they're done having him be Jericho's heater. Because he's been his heater for almost 4 years now. You know?
Okay, that is also true, Mike. You got chanted. You got chanted because he got rid of those tights that look like tropical Twizzlers.
Okay.
True.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Touche. I mean, it's definitely got to be on the survey. I'm checking. Yep, there it is.
Found it.
Got it.
Got it. So also,
I mean, it was number 10, but it counts.
So also something really, in my eyes, I thought was great that happened on Dynamite. It was the women's tag match that was had with Thunderstorm versus Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter.
Mm-hmm.
Again, they put over another younger, newer talent to AEW that, I mean, has been there but needed that win and that push.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, "Here you go, Jamie, take it."
Yep.
And she pinned Tony Storm for the 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I mean, I know Jamie Hayter's kind of been in and out of there since day one, so it's nice to see her, get get an opportunity to shine, because she's a great talent, and I hate to say it, but that ass. Damn! Sorry, I can't help it. It's right there in my face.
But Tony Storm is also in the ring.
Yes.
Also,
damn. Okay.
Dr. Britt Baker.
Nah.
I'm
Compared to those two,
I'm afraid of dentists, so I can't.
Nah, Britt Baker got cruiserweight booty compared to those two heavyweights, man. She needs to get out of that division.
A tag match. Yeah. The big thing that, I mean, we're really taking out of Dynamite, and it's been all over wrestling news. Probably one of the most underused factions has disbanded. Team Taz is no more. There is no more Team Taz. Taz is just a commentator. Honestly, I think it was time a long time ago.
Yeah.
It took too long.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
Yeah.
It was basically a tag team name for Hobbs and Starks. Is
At
all
the
it
end,
was.
yeah. Once they kind of moved Hook away from it, it was like, wait, what are we doing here? Like, why are we even doing this? And all of a sudden they were like, you're right. Never mind. We're done.
Well, they just kind of served as like the utility heel tag team or heel faction. And like you said, but when they removed Hook from the equation, and Hook just by pure willpower of the fans got over.
He is
kind of were
awesome.
Oh yeah,
that kid.
When he won the FTW championship, when he came out, and you just see the crowd just go insane. Like, they have to capitalize on that, because if they wait too long, like, obviously he's over now. Him just coming out is going to be good, but they need to do something with him now, because they have to keep. I don't want to say upping the ante, but they have to keep it. And if it drops on and people get bored, like they're going to lose that spark. And he's super young, and he obviously isn't ready yet to be, I guess, like, cutting promos, because, like, I don't think I've ever heard him cut a promo. Like, has he?
I mean, I've heard him speak here and there, but he's never cut like a full promo. He said like a couple of words or a sentence, just off the cuff. And when he does, it's something crazy. Like, he's quoting Sun Tzu or some shit. I'm like, what? This is what you say when you talk? Put the chips down. Talk more.
Yeah. So, like, he right now is writing off the the tone his character has, where he's the kind of guy who will go home to a girl's house and beat up her father. Like, that's the tone he's setting right there. So
that cold-hearted, handsome devil, goddammit, he would do it.
And then they could call him daddy. And so, like, so they can ride this for a little bit, but they need to capitalize off of that. And with that connection to Team Taz, I don't think would have done him any good. So I think it was best. And not only that, like, as far as like Hobbs turning on Starks, now you could have Starks going in a kind of babyface direction, which I'm excited to see, because I don't think we've ever, like, at least on AEW, seen that. So that'll be nice to be able to experience. And Hobbs as a monster would be awesome.
I mean, I've seen it on NWA Power, and it worked well there. So I can imagine it could transition to Dynamite pretty easily, because, like, people love Ricky. Like, I love Ricky Starks. Even though I'm supposed to boo him, I'm like, I can't. This dude, like, I can't.
I feel he's gonna fill that role of like hometown hero, underdog story. Whoa, my light just went out.
No.
Wins the championship. It's plugged in. Hold on.
Brucey went back to the witness protection program. Welcome to High Class Dark, folks. But to Ref Amy's point too, I mean, they gave Hook the FTW title because he had come right out of the gate hot. And they kind of petered him out with all this stuff with Danhausen and just sitting in the back and not doing a whole lot. And so they kind of revived his push and his momentum by having him come out, take the title from Ricky Starks and all that. You can't go back to now, like, having him sit in the back or run with Danhausen or do whatever, because you're just doomed to repeat the same damn mistake you already had.
Yeah. Like, I don't mind him and Danhausen still kind of like having like backstage interactions, but I think that's the extent they go. Like, I don't think they should be tagging together. I don't think they should really ever have a match or anything like that. I personally don't even think Danhausen should have a match. Like, I know he's a decent worker, but like his character alone is enough to just keep him right as rain. We don't need him to wrestle.
Yeah, this is true.
Unless it's to be like that person that gets beaten in a couple of minutes.
Yeah. It's just this whole thing with him taking the FTW title and even his father not being able to contain emotion at the table. Like, that revived what was once a very hot, momentous push.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot now just take him out of TV and sit him in the back. Like, he's got to do something. I don't care if he comes out and squashes someone from Dark. I really don't care. But you got to give him something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And Hobbs is a monster. Like, he proved he fits that role perfectly. I can't even remember who he was fighting on Dynamite, and to be honest, I blinked and I missed the whole damn match. Like, I saw him come out,
yeah,
I heard the bell ring. I blinked, the bell rang again, and they were playing his music. I was like, what?
Issa over. I think they're building to a Wardlow versus Hobbs for the TNT title.
That'd be amazing.
Because they can both work, so it'd be awesome.
Okay, this might be a little true, but he's got that amazing hair.
I know, yeah. He has that fuckboy hair. Like, that's what he has going on.
Hair.
I mean, let's be honest. I know Taz Jerry curled it down, but he had that fuckboy hair too before he shaved it. So
just let it roll.
Maybe
until
one of these days.
Yeah, until
he ends up like me with a towel.
Yeah, don't shave it until you start losing it.
Don't like. You mean like this?
Hey, you know what? But you grow
the glare.
It here. You grow it here, though.
Yes, I make up for it.
If you could only cut some of that and like implant it,
Kevin says, "Don't trust anything Amy says." You got it, Kevin. You got it, bro.
That's from one MJF mark to another.
All right. So
long live the Tasmaniac.
Right?
Holy shit.
So moving on down the line to the next thing, we're gonna play a game, Amy, and this is actually kind of become a traditional game when we have a guest on the show.
Wait. Is it that time already? I didn't know. Hang on.
What time is it? Game time.
Now go.
All right. This is a game that Ivy actually was a part of the very first time we played.
Boy.
Oh god.
This is called the name association game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you, I'll say, give me a fruit. This is all wrestling, but give me a fruit that starts with A. And then you guys got to, whoever says it first will get the point.
Okay.
And I just want you to know, and I hate saying this, because I haven't played yet because I'm always hosting it. Dom is undefeated. Dom has never lost.
This is true.
So
I had to come back on Ivy, but that was it.
Thicc, please end this streak so I don't have to fucking hear about it anymore when we play this game. I'm
Ladies
saying
and gentlemen,
it so I don't have to hear it from him.
There's so
This
much
is two of
pressure
the
on me.
greatest prediction champions in podcast history going one-on-one.
All right, got my thinking hat on. Let's go.
All
Oh,
right.
business picked up. Okay.
Here, just threw that shit down. All right. So
There,
here we go.
thinking caps on.
Here's our first. Here's
Oh,
our
gross.
first one. This is the best 4 out of 7 wins.
Okay.
No ties. No
My heart
nothing.
is racing right now. It's bad.
Give me a pay-per-view that starts with the letter A.
All Out.
Oh, fucking bullshit.
Holy shit! That took you guys to Armageddon.
This is why I'm undefeated.
Listen.
You gotta do the head swivel when you do it.
I literally almost broke out the stopwatch because I'm like, I said it and I'm like, did I freeze? Because you guys sat there. You sat there and I'm like, oh my god, I froze.
Like, it should be like, we should edit that part where it's just like the computer sound, like the like it just like, what the I'm gonna lose this horribly. I'm not good thinking on my feet. Oh my god.
Amy, you wouldn't be the first one, and you probably won't be the last.
Oh.
All right. Here's the next one. Give me a male wrestler that starts with the letter B.
Brian Cage.
Dom.
I was gonna say Bryan Danielson, but that's fine.
Amy's like, fuck you, fuck this game. I'm never playing it again when I come on, so don't ask me.
I've killed too many brain cells in and out of wrestling to be able to play this game. Like, I have
You and me
negative brain
both.
cells
Okay.
at this point.
So we're going to continue playing to fill out the segment. I would just like that you try to participate.
I want to go home.
I want to go. I don't want to be here no more. Ted, I don't like this show.
I laughed so hard I almost ended the stream.
Oh,
It's my game. It's how I do it.
I didn't lose. I broke him at the end of the stream.
Yep. He forfeit, obviously.
all right. Here's one that is going to take you guys a couple of seconds.
So an hour for me. So that's a
Yeah. Well, yeah. Give me a wrestling title, like a title belt or a championship, that starts with the letter P.
People's Championship? I don't know if that's a thing. I don't know. It's not.
No, that's
It's
the
not.
People's Champ. It's okay.
Progress
You-
Championship?
There you go, Dom.
The first thing that
Amy.
came to me, I don't know if they made a shitty belt for like The Rock or something.
They
like
did, and it had a Brahma bull on it, and it was pretty fucking ugly. And he only had it for one episode of Raw.
I do love that people are playing. I love that people are playing in the chat. That's awesome.
Are they losing like me?
Probably.
Okay, Amy, you know, if you don't get this, the
It's
game's
over.
It's
and you
fine.
cut my segment short by like 4 minutes.
That's okay. That just means we get done early.
It's okay.
I can eat these
I'm
cookies
just-
over here.
I'm just messing with you, Amy. All right. Next one. Give me a female wrestler starting with the letter A.
Abaddon.
Alexa Bliss.
Dom.
Yeah, that's fine.
Undefeated.
Hey, Amy, at least you participated. When Ivan did it, he just kind of stared at
He
the
just went,
screen
"Fuck
like,
it."
what the fuck is going on?
What are words? What are words?
He did his best Taz impression after like 2 questions.
Remember,
He
I
sat there
told you
like,
guys at the beginning of the stream, I can't read, so how would I know what these letters are?
Well, look,
I'm still taking the W. I don't care.
Even though Dom completely swept this, we're gonna do the last 3 anyways.
Why? Why?
I'm going to keep my mouth shut now and let Ref Amy answer because I already won.
Dom, don't you pity me. You will beat down this dead horse. Go.
You got it, Mikey. Next time you come on, you can play this game with us. We'll set this game
Yeah,
up so
we
you
can do
play.
that. Mikey. We can do
Give
that.
me a faction starting with the letter S.
Wow. That's not an easy one.
Yes, it is.
Is it? Then why am I stumped?
Street Profits. I got a point.
They're not a faction. They're a
Fuck you.
tag team.
Fuck you and your rules.
All right. That's a big Shield.
What?
Shield.
Whatever. Yeah.
Okay, well, it was the Shield, so I thought.
Technicality.
Ivan says he needs a rematch. Why? So I can kill you again?
Ivan, you sat there and watched in amazement. I love you, bro, but we'll go back. Go back and watch the episode.
Ivan only survived because I let him.
All right. A pay-per-view that starts with the letter J.
Judgment Day.
Amy.
Yay!
I would
She
like to
got
take this moment
one.
and retire.
Listen,
you don't need to do another
unadulterated
round.
one.
You did not. I repeat, you did not get shut out. Final
Some
one.
people have.
Ivan.
Ivan.
Give me a male wrestler starting with Z.
Z-Man?
There is a man? Feel like
Yeah, he was in
We're
like
not talking about the
WCW.
little muscle men.
Yeah, his name was like Tom Zenkman, but they called the Z-Man.
No.
He was on one of the pay-per-views that Rewind actually went over. Like what was it? Halloween Havoc 1990.
Did Dolph Ziggler ever get his first name taken away?
No.
Damn it.
Oh, Mikey
Will
beat
you
us
guys
all.
look in the
Zack
comments,
Sabre
please?
Jr. Zack Sabre Jr.
Zeus.
There you go.
I
We'll
got
let Amy.
Zach Gowen.
We'll give Amy that
Zodiac.
one, even though Mike beat us both.
How could I forget the person who only had one leg hopping around a wrestling ring? That was
Right?
a weird time in wrestling.
I could easily forget the Zodiac. That was a bad gimmick.
Yeah, he really lost it when he started murdering people.
Yeah, not that Booty Man was an upgrade, because that way we went straight from Zodiac to the Booty Man.
Oh my God, that was the same person.
Yeah, it was all Brutus Beefcake. And then he eventually became the disciple or whatever for the NWO. He had a lot of gimmicks in WCW.
Yeah.
See all the crap that's crammed into my psychotic brain, folks.
All right, Amy, it's time for you to start beating a dead horse again. We're going to talk about SummerSlam.
Woo!
I know you've talked numerous amounts of hours about SummerSlam the last 2 weeks. Let's talk a little bit more.
But see, we don't just talk about SummerSlam. We do it a little differently. We go into a pay-per-view and we decide whether what we saw was either one of three categories: either the good, the bad, or the ugly.
Yes.
Right, well, cool.
I was trying to find. I thought I had a cowboy hat in here. Damn, I don't.
I got one, but it's hanging up way the hell over there. I can't get it.
Yeah, we got one in the back, but not here. Booty Man main evented like 5 nitros in a row. That's why I stopped doing WCW reviews on the DeLorean.
So
I don't blame you, dude.
So this is how we're gonna do this. We're gonna go through. Everyone's gonna give their good, and then we'll move on to the bad, and then we'll move on to the ugly. As everybody knows, you guys heard the grades that we gave. Amy, I believe, was a B+. Dom, you gave him what, an A minus?
Yeah.
And I gave him a C+. So, with that being said, we are going to kick this segment off with none other than Ref Thicc. What do you got for your good from SummerSlam?
So obviously, it's the part where everybody's talking about. It's something that is going to be ingrained in our memories, even though the match was okay. I don't really, like I've said this before, I don't care for last man standing matches. They're actually pretty boring to me. But seeing a grown 250-pound man lift up a wrestling ring in the middle of a stadium full of people with a tractor will be ingrained in my memory until I die.
Yeah.
Even if I lose the negative brain cells I still have, that is just stitched right here where I should have other important things. Nope, it's gonna be
Absolutely.
that part. That moment was
So many
such
moments,
a
but that's one of them in
yeah,
that
that was
match alone.
such a great way to do a main event and to end the show, because nobody is gonna forget that. And that, at the end of the day, that's what wrestling's about. Is about creating moments that you remember. It may not be the best wrestling you've ever seen. It may not be the most logical thing you've ever seen. It's definitely not logical for someone to bring a tractor to a wrestling ring. But we're never gonna regret or forget that.
But you know what it was, though? Plain and
Hey, that's pretty good.
What is that? What?
You know, that wasn't my good, but I agree with you, Amy. Like that will always stand out in my mind. Like that right there, that moment in SummerSlam is like, if I can compare it to like when I was younger watching wrestling and Dom, and you know, when we were younger watching it, that is equivalent to Stone Cold and the beer truck when I was watching wrestling as a teenager and a kid. For the teenagers and kids watching wrestling now, that is what that is. That is this day's equivalent to the beer truck or to the Zamboni or the milk truck.
Or the milk truck, yes. Don't forget the milk truck.
I can't forget the milk truck. That was actually kind of cool. Yes,
damn cool.
Jose, since you said that, that is where I will start with my good. It was Bailey, the King Coda, but I'm sure she's going by Dakota Kai again, and Io Sky all coming back. I thought that was friggin' awesome. I'd been waiting for Bailey to come back. Like, honestly, I said this in either one of the chats or on Facebook. I can't remember where I said it. Honestly, that now that those three are back, the women's division doesn't need Sasha and Naomi. They really don't. Not with those three coming back, and then you can bring Mandy Rose up, that has developed amazingly in NXT, and can now legitimately hang on the main roster. You don't need them.
Yeah, you might not need them.
You've got all of Toxic Attraction that can come up.
I still kind of want them. And I don't mean that in a dirty way. Like, I still kind of want them there. Because, like, yeah, all this stuff's happening on Raw, but we got to have something for SmackDown, too, or else we're just going to be stuck with Liv and Ronda. And I don't want to get into that yet, but... Or Natalia, exactly. Like, there's not a lot on that SmackDown women's roster. You'd be like, oh, I really need that. But like,
who said Toxic Attraction had to go to Raw? They could go to SmackDown.
True. Still, I think we need Naomi and Sasha.
No,
I really do.
I don't. But that's my good.
Naomi and Sasha. Well, I like Naomi.
The returns.
Sasha's like.
I mean, I had other ones, but that one right there was
no. I mean that whole opening match, Bailey coming back, Dakota and now Io Sky showing up with her, and all that was just like, yeah.
Hey, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Dom, I enjoyed the living hell out of that.
Give me your good.
Oh. I think I might have jumped the gun there with the opening match, but damn it. I'm gonna give you a surprisingly good, because God, I hate this man, but damn it, if he did not have a great match at WrestleMania, Logan Paul versus The Miz.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
I'm serious. I can't stand the dude. I want to puke whenever I hear him speak. And he went out there. He had a damn good match. He pulled off what was, until the main event, probably the moment of the night, with the frog splash through the table that was like pinpoint accurate. I did not have high hopes for this shit, because I hate that man. I love The Miz. Hate Logan Paul. I was like, can Miz just pull some MJF type shit? Be like, you know what? nah, I'm not even going to deal with you. Ciampa, take care of him.
Mm-hmm.
And Ciampa whoop his ass. I'd have been happy with that, but he surprised the hell out of me. Like he actually did a fantastic job. I don't think he'll ever win me over like, say, a Bad Bunny did. Like, when he came in, I was like, who the fuck is this? Why does he have, like, Don't Be a Menace to South Central Marlon Wayne's hair? What the fuck is going on? And then I saw him wrestle, and I was like, wow, this
Here's the
dude
thing:
can go.
Bad Bunny's not a douchebag.
Well, there is that, too. I didn't want to say that, but...
Logan Paul's biggest problem is that they keep trying to push him as a babyface. Like, if they would just, like,
Let him
lean
be a
into the
dick
heat.
that he is.
Yeah, exactly. Just let him be himself. It will do the rest. He obviously can prove he can work. Like, granted, like, people, I hate the people that keep saying, like, oh, Logan Paul's performing better than Dominic Mysterio has been doing.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he's had 2 matches. He's had months to prepare. Meanwhile, you have Dominic Mysterio wrestling 5 nights a week. Yeah. So there's no comparison there.
And it's not Mysterio, it's Guerrero. Get it right.
Yes, it is.
I'm gonna shut up.
Yes, it is.
No, we got.
Yes, it is.
I gotta keep that one because we're not at that point yet. So I gotta keep that.
So
I gotta bite my tongue. This is not easy.
I guess I'm gonna move into my bad. Man, I have to say it's the Logan Paul match and in the Miz. Like I had zero interest in this match. Literally, I played games on my phone while this match was on, and then got up and left my house to go pick up my son, and didn't even bother to pause it. I did not care. I don't care about Logan Paul. I don't care if he's great. Get him in there with no, he's not that fucking good. I don't care. He's had 2. Pat McAfee is a better wrestler than Logan Paul.
Oh, Pat.
Pat.
I love
rough
that man.
Night though on SummerSlam.
did.
There were some things that he, by the skin of his teeth, like literally saved his neck a couple of times.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That match could have gone to ugly on several occasions, thank God. But I do love me some Pan Blanco. I really do.
Yes. So, Amy, what was your bad from SummerSlam?
So I kind of just like touched on it a little bit. I love Pat McAfee. I think he has so much potential, like as far as like wrestling every now and then, and being like, he is such a like, as far as personality and promo and being a character,
He's got
it. He was born to do that. And he plays into it so well. And I think that's why the crowd gets so behind him. Because, like, at first at WrestleMania, he had the White Stripes playing his song, or playing for his theme. And I was just like, oh, okay, that's a good way of getting people into the match without, like, being behind Pat McAfee. But with this one, like, he just has general music, and he is still over.
Yeah. He had general music after a choir singing Dumbass Corbin.
Yeah.
So, like, my bad for the night, it's just watching some of those spots, and a lot of it, in my opinion, as someone who, like, watches a lot of in-person wrestling and seeing how ropes affect people being able to launch themselves off and stuff like that. Me, the entire night was like, what is with those ropes? Because everybody was slipping that night.
Yeah.
Like, it felt like everybody lost their footing at one point or another. But there were a couple of times during the Pat McAfee match that, like, I thought he was going to die. And that, like, at the last second, he would tuck himself and just roll through. And it made it safe, I guess. But on top of that, he was against Baron Corbin, which is one of the people that I can't stand to watch wrestling. Like, it's a very boring style that I can't get into. But nothing against Baron Corbin. I have no interest in watching any of his matches.
No, I'm with you there. I mean, the only thing that he did right in this whole push leading up to the match was buying the ticket, sitting behind Pat on SmackDown, and holding up like the picture of his rookie year that said "loser" over the top.
with the look like he got arrested picture.
Yeah, it was like almost a mugshot picture. It just said
Yeah.
"loser." I enjoyed that, but I think since Wendy is not here, especially, this is probably the only time we're going to be able to say this about a Pat McAfee match. So I'm going to hit.
It was bad. It had nothing, no fire, no energy, no nothing.
Okay. So Dom,
Yes, sir.
all right. So I said I still had been muted, so I was like, "Hey, he didn't hear me." No. What is your what is your bad from SummerSlam?
Oh, well, there were a couple here and there. I think one is something that Mike brought up in the chat, which was, as much as I didn't actually surprisingly enjoy the Logan Paul Miz match, how dare you relegate AJ Styles to Logan Paul's lackey? Like, that was just no. That's a little bad. That's sacrilege, is what that is. I mean, it was nice to see AJ and Ciampa. Don't get me wrong, but it was still bad.
Yeah.
I think my official bad probably goes to the SmackDown Women's Title match.
That was bad.
I mean, it was rough. It was kind of boring. It was kind of sloppy. And then they did like a Street Profits finish at the end, where it's like Ronda is getting counted down for 3. And Liv is tapping out at the same time. And I'm so like, stupid. Oh, God, are we going to get...
What time is it?
That's the wrong one. Are we going to get this again?
It was bad. It had nothing, no fire, no energy, no nothing.
I don't want to see this again.
Yeah. I will let Amy give her ugly, because I'm not going to comment on that. Yeah.
Oh boy.
So my ugly, and it's the only booking decision as far as like winners that I was kind of scratching my head at. Mysterios versus Judgment Day. Like, I understand Edge is coming back. I understand you want to have
perfect opportunity. Sorry, Amy.
Yeah. Oh, you're good. I understand he's coming back, but you could have had Judgment Day win the match because like cheating and Rhea is out there and stuff like that, and then had a beatdown. And then Edge comes and saves the Mysterios. Mm-hmm. It's not like the Mysterios are on the win streak right now. It's not like they're making them look like they're awesome. The only thing they're making it look like is that they're really obsessed with Eddie Guerrero, which, like, I mean, everybody is. But, like, Dominic needs to accept his parentage. Like, for God's sake.
He needs to accept his heritage.
Yeah.
Amy, welcome to Top Rope, because I agree with everything you say. You are an official member of the crew from now on.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I was trying to bite my tongue. Please continue.
But, so not only are they making me feel so freaking nuts, like the Jim Halper meme, like, I'm not crazy, you're crazy, because I keep looking at what they're doing with the Mysterios, and I'm just like, they're alluding to Eddie Guerrero so much. He even has the mullet now that Eddie Guerrero has. Yes! Eddie Guerrero shirts, but with the Mysterios. They have to be doing this.
There are times where Dom has rocked an outfit that Eddie rocked at a pay-per-view, and they still don't pull the turn.
Yeah.
And sometimes, again, look at the name. I feel like sometimes I'm a psycho because I'm like, why is this not happening? And then I hear other people saying it, and I'm like, okay, I'm still good. Yeah. I'm still good. We don't need to up the dose. Thank God.
Now, here's the thing, though, is with Triple H in creative, we could see this. If Ray and Dominic went to Triple H and said, hey, this is what we want to do to get Dominic over. It doesn't even have to turn on him in a match. They could be out there cutting a promo. It's Ray's 20 years or whatever not. He could be out there cutting this promo and talking how proud he is. And then Dom just jumps in from behind, beats the shit out of him, grabs the microphone and says, I'm Dominic Guerrero, bitch. Drops
I'm Uncle Eddie's son. You know what it could be? See Hobbs and Starks on Dynamite. And me and Hobbs, bam! That simple. Still hasn't happened.
Yep.
So, go ahead, Dom.
No, go ahead, man.
No, you're good. You're good. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I am so fucking intrigued by what your ugly is now. Please lay it on us.
I thought there was no surprise. My ugly was exactly what Ref Amy said, and it wasn't even the match between Judgment Day and the Mysterios, because it was a good match, but the booking was awful. You had a chance, as Amy said, and I think I even said when I came on their SummerSlam prediction show after they announced that we were going to merge, you had the perfect opportunity for like Dom to turn, join the Judgment Day, get the win, and then have that like wild edge moment where he like comes up from the wreckage of the Mountain of Omnipotence or whatever that was, and has the new look, lightning bolts and all. I don't go. You figure that one out. I can't even. But you could have had all of that still, but doing it this way just makes Judgment Day. I mean, they're rocking purple and black, so it makes Judgment Day look like WWE's Dark Order. Like, you've got nothing for them. They're just here to fill a spot and take an L. And
Copy and paste heels. Copy and paste heels.
Exactly. Those guys were so hot before Edge got beaten out. And I thought when Finn Balor came in, like, this is only going to get better. And since then, now we've got this. And I'm just like, man, between that and the long-awaited Dom Mysterio turn to be Latino Heat 2.0, all of it on behalf of at least Ref Amy and I.
You cheat, what? You ain't got no alibi, you ugly.
You ugly.
And also, you could create an Eddie and China 2.0 with the way Rhea Ripley is with Dominic right now.
Yeah. Oh
Yes!
my shit.
Yes.
Amy.
That could be his
gold.
mamacita.
Yeah.
That is cool.
She'd be walking out with roses and everything. It would be beautiful.
And then he lies,
and they're not doing it.
Here's the thing. He needs to totally embrace the Eddie Guerrero gimmick when he does this turn. Lie, cheat, steal, hit him with hit the friggin' mat with a chair, throw it to him, fall. Dude, I mean, they've done it here and there in the matches, but like, he's got to totally buy into it. Come out in the friggin' lowriders, all of it.
Brian,
Just
if I had
totally
another
go
mic,
balls to the wall.
If I had another mic, I'd happily drop it, but I can't afford one, so I'm just gonna leave your comment there.
A pencil.
There you go.
Oh, that was loud.
There it is. There.
Damn, man. It's like,
yeah, just
Bruce is like, I can get in on this. Fuck it.
so since I'm gonna close this show down with my ugly. My ugly from SummerSlam is the SmackDown Women's title match. Dear God in heaven, this match had no right to be that deep in this card. It should have kicked the goddamn show off. Here's the thing. Liv Morgan is the Jinder Mahal of the women's division. I'm saying
wow.
it.
Wait.
Jinder Mahal
Pause
of
right
the
there for a
women's
minute.
Oh, I did. I said it.
Dude.
She is. Because here's the thing. When Jinder Mahal won the title, did you expect it, Amy?
no. I
Dom?
lost a bet that night.
Hell no.
Me? I didn't either. Did any of us expect Liv Morgan to cash in and win her title?
No.
Win the title?
I mean,
I didn't even
knew,
expect her to win Money in the Bank.
I
So-
knew she was going to win at some point. I just didn't expect it all to happen at Money in the Bank. And against Ronda Rousey.
I get in the chat and hear Liv Morgan is the gender of the women's division. Good night, everybody.
Wow.
Love you too, Anthony.
That's gonna
That was
be
one
the
opinion. That
clickbait
was
for
high
Reddit.
class. Okay.
That's gonna be the clickbait for Reddit. For Reddit, that's what the title's gonna be.
Yes.
I love it. No, I mean, I might have compared her to Dolph Ziggler, but that was just me. You know, like, you got to have that talent in a division that kind of makes everybody looks good and works hard. You know, has.
What are you saying? You got to have a Jinder Mahal in every division?
Nobody looked good in the Jinder Mahal.
Jinder Mahal don't look good as Jinder Mahal. Right now, skyscraping Shanky is more over than Jinder Mahal.
Yeah, that's
all
my
you
thoughts.
need to know.
I thought that match was horrible. I didn't enjoy it. I wasn't excited for it. You know,
You didn't watch it.
It didn't give me the tingly wrestling feeling. No, I went back and watched it.
Oh, you went back because I know.
I wanted to hear
we had
what
our own
everyone
little
was
private
bitching about.
discussion live. It was like me, High Class, Grandma Wendy, and of course Lady Psycho. And we're watching it, and this match comes up, and Bruce is like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go grab a snack. Let me know when the match is over." Wendy's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go get a shower, maybe feed, maybe cut my hair.
No,
Let me know when the match." I'm like, guys.
I definitely went back and watched it because of everyone online. Everyone was talking about it, and I don't know why, but. Okay, yeah, that was my ugly. That match was horrible, and Liv Morgan is the female Jinder Mahal. Done, set, matched. And with that being said, there are 2 places on Facebook with one name. One name. That name is Top Rope Wrestling Talk. One is our group. You can go on there and you can come in, shoot the shit, talk about wrestling, join our forums, join our threads. And have fun. The other one is our
prediction
page.
form to me,
Yeah. Well, soon you'll be losing them to Amy. So, yeah, I went
that'll
there.
be fun.
Oh, I went there. Oh,
another showdown
seriously
between
went
the
there.
greatest prediction champions in
As long
podcast history.
as long as we're not doing word association, I'm fine.
I am going to be Ref Thicc's Jimmy Hart when it comes to prediction forums.
So you're gonna fuck her up, is what you're saying?
Gonna hit me with the megaphone.
No, I'm gonna hit Dom with the megaphone.
If anything, you want Lady Psycho. She's got the second most group titles below me. She sat under the Psycho tree, and I taught her.
So, and then you can find us on the other place at Facebook is our page. That's where we post our show stuff and all of this. But you can also go to Rewind Wrestling Network, right? It's network. Is that what it is? Network?
Yes, the Rewind Wrestling Network.
All right.
Or if you're watching this now, you can go to the description in the live stream and click Rewind Wrestling's LinkTree, and you will see all of their social medias and all of our social medias as well.
Yes.
Boom.
Damn. You just like totally cut out my job.
Oh,
all right.
including now
Hold
the
on.
2-time award winner for worst Instagram handle ever.
Yes.
You want to drop that one on us, Bruce? Because people will kill us if we don't say it.
World's worst Instagram handle. And look, Amy can't even contain her excitement
like,
for
go
me
on.
to say this. PWI has given us 2 awards for this because no one can top us. It's
one's
at
PWI, the other's
top-
a league award.
That's 2. At top _rope_wrestling_talk. Go on there and check us out. Hey, Dom. Actually, you know what? Amy, why don't you spread the news of Rewind Wrestling to everyone since we have you on our show?
Or CCW.
Or CCW as well.
Because we love that too.
CCW, just go to their website. We have too many events for me to say here. Like I don't have a life outside of wrestling and children, so it's like that's just look at the website. We still need to get Bruce to go to a show. Bruce, you need to go to a show.
I was just about to say,
gonna.
we got to get Bruce out there, do some vlogging with Ref Amy.
Yes.
You know,
man,
that'll be fun.
You're gonna make me
Get
bring
Wendy
up
on
all the
Ladies Night.
socials.
We're gonna have a full, just merge,
Ugh.
hybrid. It's gonna be crazy.
Let's get all the oh god, things are falling off my desk. It's chaos.
Throwing
over here.
shit.
Sorry.
She is so pissed right now that I asked her to do this. Oh my god, she's throwing shit.
I do. God damn. Bruce, you don't come to shows and now you're giving me jobs to do. That is like the worst combination of things.
I will be at a show. I will be at the next port. I'll look.
Okay.
He'll check the website. He'll check the website is what.
Yeah. So you want me to go over the announcement kind of thing?
Yeah,
Whatever.
you can go over the
Yeah. So
sure.
we here at the Rewind Wrestling Network, we are extending our family to the Top Rope Wrestling Talk. Oh
Yeah,
my
that's a
god.
mouthful, huh?
I know, just between the rewinds and the top rope is just, oh god, there's too many
I had to
parts.
practice saying Rewind Wrestling Network. It was coming out like Porky Pig. I swear it was just re.
But we are enveloping you in our family. And nothing will change. Like all the viewers, nothing's really gonna change. You guys are still gonna be you. We're gonna still be us. The only thing is really that we're changing is we're gonna be on Monday and Wednesdays now. You guys are gonna keep Fridays. And then what is it, September 5th?
Second.
We're second?
Yeah.
The first Friday of September, we are going to fully converge onto the Rewind Wrestling Podcast YouTube page. Your page will still exist, obviously, because you're going to keep archives of everything you guys done. But from now on, from that point on, it is only going to be on the Rewind page. So if you are a subscriber to Top Rope, make sure that you also subscribe to Rewind so that you get every Friday episode. And hopefully we see some more collabs. I know we need you to do that Family Feud game. I don't know if Ted told you.
Ted texted me about it, and then I asked him if I had to set it up, and I got crickets. So now that I know, I will set up something and put it out to wrestling fans and get the answers, and then we'll come back.
We have a tie in predictions. I wasn't in it because I decided to go with my heart instead of my head on predictions this time, and that's never the right thing to do with WWE. So Evan and Ivy are going to need a tiebreaker.
Oh wow!
Which, good luck with that. That's fun.
Gonna be fun. That's gonna be really fun.
So,
thank you, Mikey. TRWT and WWN, a match made in heaven.
Just so many letters. There's just too many.
There's a lot of W's and all that.
Ton of letters.
Oh my god, that's the wrestling business as a whole. It's just a bunch of letters.
Just letters. Alphabet
letters
soup
crammed together.
Alphabet soup in a pot.
And I can't read. What do we want to be? This is just really bad for everything.
Oh god, but I mean, yes, sir.
Tell everyone where you can buy our merch and then whatever else you want to say.
Oh yes, because that hasn't gone to the LinkTree yet, but it will. You can find your various assortment of merchandise. I mean, hats, buttons, magnets, masks, pillows, blankets, shower curtains, bath mats.
Amy,
it's summertime. Beach towels,
shower curtain,
leggings.
You know what? I'm gonna get on that.
Slip-on shoes with all our logos on it. You can find it in one place, and that is trwtmerch.threadless.com. You go there, you'll see our logos pop up first. When you click on the logos, you'll see everything that's available, which is practically everything. I didn't even name it all. We got mugs, we got tumblers, we got stickers, you name it. We have cell phone cases. Okay, but you got to go to trwtmerch.threadless.com to see the vast assortment. Get yours today. Everything. International shipping for our homies overseas like PETA, Pipe, and all those guys that have been watching and joining us since day one, and we love you for it. But again, one last time, trwtmerch.threadless.com. Order yours today and help get my ass to WrestleMania 40.
Question. So you said shower curtains. Do any of these merch options have y'all's face on it?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a whole line with our faces on it.
Because that's what my shower and bathroom need, is a picture of Bruce and Dom and Wendy's face in my shower. Just so that every time I'm in the shower,
big white shower curtain. Big white shower curtain with that TRWT logo that's on the screen, and then beneath it is Bruce, Wendy, and I.
That is a moneymaker if I've ever seen it. So definitely get yourself a shower curtain, because if you're not showering with them, you're not living.
We will watch your back while you shower.
Honestly though, we're sending one to Ted.
So what we should do, I know we're talking live, so it's not like
who cares? We do this all the time, please.
We should plan it during, like, if we're ever going to get a get-together, and not tell him, and just go to his house, and then set it up in his bathroom. He's probably listening right now. I'm going to get a text, be like, don't you dare.
We won't.
Yet it's gonna happen.
Ted, I promise we won't do it.
No,
we won't do it.
Hope he's listening to the audio. No, we won't do this.
That'll never happen, Ted. Don't worry.
Almost broke my shit there. But thank you everyone for tuning in, and if I can, because Lord knows she deserves it, I gotta just take a quick minute and say and give an early anniversary shout out to my wife. On Monday it'll be 14 years, and I don't know how you spent 14 minutes with me. Have you seen me?
I don't either.
So
I don't know how I do like 1 hour a week, but hey,
Yeah,
it happens.
exactly. This woman day in, day out, 14 years.
She's a fucking trooper, bro. I'm telling you.
She's the real champ.
God bless her.
God bless that woman. I love her to pieces. I hope I have planned out a wonderful weekend for you and you enjoyed the shit out of yourself. But I wanted to start here and just say to the world, happy anniversary, Lady Psycho. I love you to death.
Woo!
And
Love.
we got anything else, or is it time to say goodbye to all our company?
Stay fresh, cheese bags.
Yeah, you
That-
gotta say that for Wendy, of
Listen.
course.
Let's end with that because I can't do better than that.
That's perfect. We'll see you next week, folks.